The Colts won, completing 50% of their passes. Be nice if the Cowboys could do that. Hi, folks, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the D.Bell Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Bell, and let's get into it. Week 3. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of twists and turns over here. Start with the Bills. Bills are emerging as the big threat to the Chiefs once again after destroying the Jaguars 47-10. By the way, some Jags fans are not too happy about that. Weren't they supposed to be better? What's going on? In fact, they aren't very happy with Doug Peterson or the fact that they lost by 37 points. So, But is this the 2020-2021 Bills that can really take on the Chiefs? I mean, no Stephon Diggs, no problem. Josh Allen's literally throwing to everybody. It's not even an issue. Keon Coleman's doing great. Just got his first touchdown. I mean, I don't know. Ravens lost to the Chiefs. Bengals are 0-3. Who's left to really take them on? I know it's early. I know it's a little early in the season, but, so far the Bills are the most consistent team that could give KC a scare. And just now remembering the Jets, but the Jets have to be a little more consistent also, so we'll see. We'll see what they can do, too. Oh, man. The Commanders are legit. They now lead the division, which is great. They just beat the Bengals. Jaden Daniels was solid in his third start. I did a separate video about that game, the reaction to that Bengals-Commanders game, which I live streamed. It was crazy. Jaden Daniels set all kinds of records and only missed 2 throws. I mean, he did great. So, Cowboys have to contend with another legitimate team in the NFC East. The NFC East is getting better, but that means the Cowboys have to get better too. Oh boy. The Vikings are legit. Yeah, they just beat the Texans. They're 3-0. Surprise to everybody. Sam Darnold's balling out. Justin Jefferson's great. Everything's great. Good OC, good head coach. You put Sam Darnold in a good position to succeed. Suddenly, he's succeeding. I mean, that's great. So, we'll see how the Vikings can do. They dismantled the Texans, who were also doing great. So, gosh, we'll just see what happens going forward. It's gonna be a fun team to watch. The AFC is like solidifying, but the NFC is like, oh, I don't know. Maybe I'll be good. Maybe I'll be good this week. I'll be bad. So, I don't know. We still kind of know who's going to the playoffs in the AFC, but it's kind of a little topsy-turvy right now, week 3. So, we'll see. A lot of injuries. Miami season is over, most probably. Tua is out for a few weeks. Skylar Thompson was in the game, got hurt. Tim Boyle took over. I mean, I feel bad for Miami. Tyreek Hill. You don't want to waste that talent, but what are you gonna do? I don't know. Miami, I just hope you can salvage the season and see what you can do in the draft. I don't know. Andy Dalton is still good. Oh boy. They beat the Raiders for the first win of the season. Put up 36 points, which I didn't think was possible. They destroyed the Raiders. I mean, it was crazy. Andy Dalton's in great form. They replaced. He was replacing Bryce Young, who was benched, and he's doing great. He was with the Cowboys. He's a journeyman quarterback. He's a journeyman backup quarterback now after being with the Bengals for so long, and maybe Carolina will have a little resurgence. Maybe a little uptick in jerseys. Maybe more people will go to the games. They'll be excited. I mean, Andy Dalton's a good quarterback. He's back up for the Cowboys in 2020. When Dak went down, he had to, be injected into the rest of the season and start for us. We didn't win that many games, but I mean, he's capable backup. He's still capable of being a starter after all these years, which is great. I'm happy for him. Green Bay is also legit. Oh, they just beat the Titans with their backup quarterback, Malik Davis, which it was a revenge game, but man, they just ran all over him, and Will Levis didn't do very much. And Malik Willis, you put him in a good position and a good team. These backups, they come in, they're like, hey, you don't know what I'm gonna do, and they start winning. They start winning, and man, Malik Davis was one. I said before that game, like, yeah, rest Jordan Love, put in Malik Willis for a little bit, for one more game. I think Jordan Love will be good to go the next game, but he gets to go against his former team. There's not really much animosity. He said, we're all good, whatever, but you get to beat your former team who, the release you, trade for you, and you know what? That's a good feeling. That's a good feeling. Oh, man. Pittsburgh defense continues to dominate. Justin Fields does just enough to win, but, he had a rushing touchdown, threw for a touchdown, threw to Calvin Austin third, but he also had a pick, so I don't know. They did win. Najee Harris had 70 yards. They won against the Chargers. Let's see. The Chargers, J.K. Dobbins, Quentin Johnston, Ladd McConkey. What they all have in common? They all had exactly 44 yards. So, good, not great. Justin Herbert had to leave the game. High ankle sprain, which he hurt during the Panthers game last week. Taylor Heineke's their backup. And their next game is against the Chiefs. If Justin Herbert can go, that's going to be a good game. Hopefully, they're 1-2, but hopefully that'll be a good game. Chargers Chiefs, but if it's Taylor Heineke, you never know. You never know. The guy, he's a German backup too, but he's got some great starts. He has some good stories. Went up against Tom Brady, playoff game 2020. Beat him the next year. I mean, he's good, but can he beat the Chiefs? The Chiefs are a complete team. They're 3-0. They're going to try to steamroll all those teams and do a three-peat and probably try to have a perfect season and a three-peat. Man, on the rate they're going, but let's see if anyone can stop them. Maybe the Bills. Maybe, finally this time. Maybe. I want to have a good competition. I want to have good competition in the AFC. I don't want anyone to win or lose, but, we'll see. The Cowboys are falling fast. They just beat the Browns so far, who are looking like a poor football team. They are not doing too well. The Giants beat the Browns, so how good can they be? I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the Cowboys. I did a separate video about the last Cowboys game. I'm doing a reaction after the Cowboys games, which I stream. It's just like, we can't have Rico Dowdle. I know the top rushing leader now of all three games. Rico Dowdle just got 32 yards. He got 30 yards the week before, and Ezekiel Elliott got 40 the week before that, the Browns game. It's just no rushing game, no rushing attack. And Dak has to throw 50 times a game now. He didn't have an interception, and he did okay. 54, 55%. I mean, he can do better. He literally has to get like 65, 70%, and then no interceptions, and then maybe we'll have a chance. I mean, is that what's happening? Is that what's happening? Because he did not have an interception. If he did, I guess that would be an excuse, but because he didn't, we're just not good enough. We're just legit not good enough, and we have to, I don't know what we can do about a rushing game. 3 weeks in a row, it's like averaging 30 to 40, 35, 36. I mean, it's averaging nothing. Like 33, 34 yards. So, and we're trying to throw to our running backs, but they get a few yards, but we need a rushing attack. It's crazy. So I don't know what's gonna go with that. They have to play even better than what they're playing, because they know we don't have a rushing attack now going into the rest of these games. They're just they know what we're gonna do. They pretty much know. It sucks when you don't have a running game, and they're like, oh yeah, they don't have a running game, so they're gonna throw it. They're gonna. What's the chance that they're gonna throw it? I mean, it's probably a pretty good chance, so they're gonna watch out for that. Oh, I don't know. Seahawks are solid, 3-0. No one's really talking about them, but good for you guys. I mean, you guys are doing great. Let's see the rest of the season. Detroit's still legit. They just won, but man, the last game that they lost, man, the fans are brutal. I mean, they're on the trajectory. They're expecting to go to a Super Bowl now. Team was good. No playoffs, championship game. Now you're expecting to win the championship game. As a Cowboys fan, let me tell you guys about expectations. When you're doing well and suddenly you're not, it can it can be pretty rough when you've been bad for so long and now you expect to be good. Man, like if they don't do well in the playoffs, they have a good regular season. Like those fans aren't going to be like the Cowboys. They're going to be even more brutal. They're going to be relentless. Like we can't have Dan Campbell have a good season, losing the playoffs, good season, championship game, losing the playoffs. Like you got to get over the hump now because you've been steadily increasing. You've been steadily going up. Kind of like the Texans, they won a playoff game. Now they kind of expect to win too, since C.J. Stroud's doing well. But they're looking at that trajectory. Dan Campbell, I think he got a contract extension, so they're gonna want a Super Bowl, at least go to Super Bowl. They're gonna want upward trajectory, upward improvement. So that's gonna be rough. 49ers and Rams are going through it, man. They are definitely going through it. Week 5 or 6, like man, they're waiting until like week 7 and people are healed. Cooper Kupp is out against the Bears. D.Bell Samuel, calf strain, will miss a couple weeks. Javon Hargrave might miss the whole season. Has to have surgery. Man, this is pretty rough. Like, I feel bad. George Kittle was out against that last game. Christian McCaffrey's IR. I mean, that's 3 all-pro players right there that could definitely help you win. Plus, Brock Purdy actually had a legit good game, and then it's like you still lost. The replacement running back was doing well, but it's like you can't replace everybody. You can't replace everybody, especially all-pro. Players have been playing together for a couple of years. Brock Purdy's now been playing for, a few years now, so he's kind of getting used to everybody. And it's just, it just sucks. It's just a crappy situation. But I'll give you guys. Maybe I'll do an update on Cowboys news. Thank you to all my Patreon subscribers. This season, I'm getting more subscribers through every video, every live stream I do. So thank you guys so much for all of that. I'm having a lot of fun this season, and I'm just gonna do everything I can, put out as much content as I can, because sports is fun, guys. Football is fun. Watching the Cowboys is fun. Even though they lost 2 games, it's still fun. Following a team, really getting invested in that team, it's a heck of a lot of fun. And I know some teams people are invested in it, and they are really having to go at it. They're having a blast. Like the Vikings, if you're a Vikings fan right now, that's great. Texans fans, like, hey, they're better. Jets, you finally have a quarterback. Like, it's something special. So hopefully Cowboys can figure this out. I don't know what we're going to do about our running game, honestly, but I mean, we have to keep trying. We have to, the low bar is having a good season, then going to the playoffs, see what we can do. But we got to get there first, so we'll see what we can do. But thank you so much. If this is your first time watching the video, please subscribe. I have a sports show as well. I add stuff to my podcast all the time, and I'm going to live stream the games. Next Cowboys game is Thursday night against the Giants. God, if we lose against that one, we're in trouble. We're in legit trouble. But thank you so much for tuning in, and of course, go Cowboys.